people who don't know me doesn't mean my real self won't make an immediate appearance. It's hard for me to open up to new people. Plus, I really don't like it when someone calls me Anne. I think Annie is a much cuter name. And I've never gotten the attention of a hot boy in my entire life. Well, I have. Hello, Wade Johnson. But that was unwanted attention. That I'm great at. I'd like to change that particularly annoying trait of mine. Okay, I'm not drop-dead gorgeous with a bubbly, flirtatious personality, not by a long shot. I'm not a hideous troll either, but come on. Hot guys have never noticed me, unless they're 6 and I'm blowing snot bubbles out my nose. Or I write really bad poetry that makes adolescent boys howl with laughter. And that's not the way I want boys to notice me. I'll be fine, I reassured Mom, offering her a smile in return, which somehow only seemed to upset her more. Her chin got all wobbly, and she yanked me into her arms, holding me close. I let her smother me with mom love for a few minutes before I disentangled myself from her embrace. Seriously, it's going to be okay. I'll write you and Dad as much as I can. Which shouldn't be very much at all. I want you to meet new people and try new things. You need to stay busy and have fun. Don't worry about us. She wagged her finger at me before her hand dropped to her side. I know you feel a little stifled here, so this will be good for you. Mom understood. She always had. We moved here when I was 2, back to Dad's hometown. He felt right at home because he was home. Mom, on the other hand, was still considered an outsider, and they'd always treated her that way. So she knew what it was like to feel like you didn't fit in. She understood my problems at school, when Dad always blew them off. Not that he was mean about it, he just didn't get it. It's going to be great, I told Mom with a genuine smile. My heart did a funny little flip in the center of my chest, and I breathed deeply, telling myself everything really would be great. Going to camp was going to change my life.
Jake. 1 month earlier. You're going. I know this is a last-minute decision, and you're probably pissed that you have to leave tomorrow. But too damn bad, Jacob. You're out of here. Dad's voice was firm, simmering with anger. His eyes blazed with barely withheld fury as he glared at me. He was super pissed, but what else was new? And that's final. No arguments, no defiance, no threats that you'll run away. The second you leave this house without my permission, I'm calling the cops, and they will lock you up. Thanks to your latest mishap, that's guaranteed. I stared at him, my arms crossed in front of my chest, my jaw clenched so tight I felt like I could crush my teeth into powder. My uncle's summer camp held good memories. Back when I was a kid and had no cares in the world, and my main priorities had been swimming in the lake and hanging out with friends. But those days were a long time ago. Now I didn't want to go back. There was no point. I was a different person. Not just older, but freaking wiser. Well, maybe not wiser. I kept fucking up like I couldn't help myself. That latest mishap Dad was talking about, stealing hubcaps off fancy cars in the middle of the night with my so-called friends. We'd been drinking. I'd been dared. The moment the cops showed up, they all bailed on me, every last one of them, and I was royally busted. They booked me like a real criminal, taking my photo, getting my fingerprints. I'd nearly pissed my pants, I was so scared. Never let them see it, though. Just kept my mouth shut and glared at everyone. When Dad showed up to bail me out, I almost went weak with relief. I believed I was home free until he got me into the car and proceeded to yell the entire drive home. That was the first clue that I'd have to finally pay for my sins. Dad went with me to my court appearance and asked to speak to the judge. I thought he would plead my case, tell the scowling middle-aged woman with glasses perched on the tip of her nose that I really was a good kid. I just needed another chance. Nope. Dad chucked me so far under the bus, I still have tire marks across my stomach. He told the judge I was a screw-up, a failure, a disappointment, and that he was afraid for my future. He then promised her if she gave me community.